Hey everyone, Elizabeth here. I'm one of the senior stylists at CGSI and I am back with another segment on tips and tricks for dressing in a petite frame. So one thing we need to remember, someone that is considered petite is 5'3" and under. It doesn't matter what size of pants you wear. You could be a size 2 or a size 20. If you are 5'3" or under, you are considered petite. I think most of us petite girlies have lived our whole lives trying to lengthen our bodies rather than shorten them. Anything we can do to get a couple inches of height, we're willing to give it a try. So the next 3 tips and tricks I'm gonna give you will help to lengthen your body rather than shorten it. The first one I'm gonna go through is monochromatic dressing. The second is the rise of your pants. And the third, and might be a little bit surprising, is crossbody bags. I do wanna say one thing before I get into these tips and tricks. It doesn't really matter what height you are, and you don't have to follow these tips and tricks by any means. Wear what you like and what makes you feel good. So if that's something that shorter people shouldn't be wearing, it's one of the rules that short people shouldn't wear, if you like it, go for it. That being said, the next few tips and tricks I'm gonna give you will help to lengthen your body rather than shorten it. Okay, so one of the easiest ways to create the illusion of length in your body or to elongate it is monochromatic dressing or tonal dressing. So obviously you can see here, I've gone with a black on black look. Because there are no visual breaks in my outfit, with the exception of the gold buckle, it does help to lengthen my body. If I was color blocking and had on one color here, something else on the bottom, something else on my feet, that would shorten my body just a little bit. But because it's all one color, all one base look, it helps to create length rather than shorten me. One thing to keep in mind when you are going for a monochromatic look or a tonal look is to choose different fabrics and textures. If your whole outfit looks the same, your look will fall flat, which is not what we want. So similar to what I've done here is I've chosen a satiny finished top. I've gone for the crepette fabric in my trousers, and then I've gone for a leather shoe. So because it has different textures, different fabrics, it helps to create some depth and dimension in the look. So it helps the look to pop rather than sort of just blend into the background. Okay, so here's another example of a tonal look. So I haven't done a full-on white on white on white. I've gone for more of a lighter oat color in my sweater and a crew colored denim and then a creamier colored pointed slingback. Now, my shoe does have some texture to it. The denim obviously is denim. And then I've also chosen a knit. So similar to the last look, I have chosen pieces that have different textures and are different fabrics. So again, it just lends itself to adding some depth and dimension into your look so you don't fall flat. So dressing in monochrome or tonal not only will help to elongate your body, it's also very chic. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to make yourself look a little taller than you actually are. Okay, so my tip number 2 has to do with the rise of your pants. Stay tuned. Okay, so now that we know that dressing in monochrome or a tonal look will help to elongate your body because there are no visual breaks in the outfit, let's address the rise of our pants. The rise of our pants can definitely create length if we want them to. Okay, so you can see in this outfit, I am wearing a low-rise denim. Wearing a low-rise denim or trouser, anything you're wearing on the bottom, will shorten your legs. So if you are looking to create height in your body, you're gonna wanna find something that's a little more high-rise. One thing I will say for us women with shorter torsos, wearing something high-rise can sometimes feel too high. So luckily for us, mid-rise pants are all the rage these days. So wearing a mid-rise pant will sort of sit in the spot that a high-rise will sit on someone with a longer torso. So try a high-rise, try a mid-rise, and see what works for you. I personally like a mid-rise just because I do have a shorter torso, but now back to the low-rise. Low-rise is obviously going to make your legs look a little bit shorter. So if you are looking for length in your legs, this is a cut you'll want to stay away from. One other thing you'll notice is that these are quite wide. So I did include a shoe with an elongated toe box. Whether you go with a pointed toe or you go with a square toe, doesn't really matter, personal preference, but you do want something that is a little bit longer to help create further length in your legs. So this is something you want to look for whether you're wearing a low-rise or a high-rise pant. Okay, so now that I've changed into a high-rise denim, already it has given me the illusion of some height that I don't regularly have. So if you want to look a little bit taller as a petite person, definitely choose something with a higher rise. So as I previously mentioned, sometimes a high rise on a person with a shorter torso can feel a little too high. For example, these are kind of hitting right at the bottom of my ribs, a little higher than I would like them to hit, but if I had on a mid-rise, it would bring it down about an inch, which is still a high rise on most people. So whether you go with a mid-rise or a high rise is completely up to you. Either way, it is going to create the illusion of height rather than something that's sitting low rise. You'll also notice that these pants are not quite as wide as the last pair that I had on, but they are still a wider leg. So again, I have paired them with a boot with an elongated toe box, again, just to further create a little bit of height. Okay, so my tip number 3 for us petite women is the placement of your crossbody bag. Okay, so my third tip to help elongate your body has to do with your bag placement. We all absolutely love a crossbody bag. It's easy, it's convenient, it's hands-free. But if you do have it hitting sort of in the middle of your thigh, it is going to shorten your legs. Similarly to how the monochromatic look doesn't have any visual breaks, which helps to elongate the body, your crossbody bag sitting right in the middle of your thigh is a visual break. It's covering half of your leg up and it is going to shorten your body. So where do we want to place our crossbody bag to avoid shortening our body? Okay, so as a petite person, the best place to wear your crossbody bag is to have it on the hip. This will help to heighten your leg rather than shorten it, and it's also going to help to define the waist area a little bit as well. So you're not always going to find a crossbody bag that has enough holes in it to bring it up to the height that you want, especially if you are 5'3" or under. So you might just need to turn it into a DIY project and add the holes yourself. That way you can choose the placement that you want it sitting on your own body at the right spot. Another option, if you don't want to start drilling holes into your bag and you can't find one that sits on your hip, then you can always use a shoulder bag that sits at this height, or you can even go a little bit shorter. So again, it's helping to lengthen your leg and create a little bit of definition in the waist area. Another great option for a petite person is a bag with a top handle like this one. So I did mention part of the reason that we all love crossbodies so much is because it's hassle-free, it hangs, you don't need to use your hands, but a top-handled bag, number one, is very on trend right now, but it's also really cute and very chic. So that is a great option if you don't want to wear a crossbody. Okay, so those are my 3 tips and tricks on how to give your petite frame a little bit of height. Please keep in mind that you don't have to follow every rule that you hear out there. If you like your low-rise pants, I like mine, then wear your low-rise pants. If you want a crossbody bag that hangs down to your knee, wear a crossbody bag that hangs down to your knee. But if you are looking for some tips and tricks that are going to help to create some length rather than shorten you, then dressing in a monochromatic or tonal look will help, again, because there are no visual breaks in the outfit, and that does create the illusion of length. Your high-waisted pants is going to make your legs look longer than something that sits low-rise. And your crossbody bag, if it is sitting right on your mid-thigh, it is going to shorten your leg rather than something that's up a little higher. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment box below, and we'll be sure to answer. Have a really great day.